Let's start this video off with a confession. I have never read the Harry Potter series. No, long story short, I grew up in the height of the Harry Potter phenomenon, about the same time the Catholic Church denounced the book series, saying the use of pagan imagery is dangerous to children. So, my mom, being the good Christian lady she was, made sure I never so much as touched a Potter book. But I'm older now, and I'm pretty sure reading a children's book is not enough to send me to hell. I hope. Maybe I should say a prayer before I continue. Anyways, my friends are constantly scolding me about my lack of Potter knowledge, so at 22 I decided to read the books and see what all the hype's about. So without further ado, here's a very late reaction to Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. And let me start by saying this. After reading just the first chapter of the book, my first thought was, I probably would have loved this stuff as a kid. And that's not to say I didn't enjoy it now, but this really is a children's book. And you can tell that from the themes and issues in the book. Bullying, making friends, self-identity. But it also feels like the beginning of an adventure. And I'm interested to see what happens next in the Potter world. Is it called the Potter world? Can we call it the Potter world? I think from here on out we're going to refer to it as the Potter world. I need to know what's in the Dark Forest. Why did Hagrid get expelled? Who are Harry's parents? Point being, the book left you with a bunch of questions by the end of it, which is what any good first book in a book series should do. Children's book or not, you get the sense that there's a well thought out story here, and there's no wonder why children for generations now have enjoyed the Harry Potter series. But I'm not going to call myself a fan just yet. Only because I've only read the first book, and I don't know how I feel about the series as a whole yet. And saying all that, I did have one major gripe with this book. And maybe it's nitpicking, call it what you want. I hated the end of this book. And here's a spoiler warning to anyone who hasn't read the book. Can there be spoiler warnings in Harry Potter? Because I literally might be the only muggle in the world who hasn't read this series. To explain briefly, in the Potter world, at the school Harry goes to, there are 4 houses, each participating in this school-wide game. And throughout the book, when characters do something good, they gain points for their house. Whether that be answering a question right in class, showing bravery, winning a Quidditch game. There's this one nasty house where all the mean kids go to, and they win every year. And by the end of this book, they're on a clear path to win the cup again. But of course, all the stars align and Harry's house wins. Up until that moment, as a reader, I was fully invested in the legitimacy of the subplot in the story. But when Harry's team won, after everything else that happened in this book, my first thought was really, okay, Harry just can't be touched from here on out. And again, I know this is a kid's book and you generally don't want those to end on a sad note, but I'm just not convinced Harry's in any real danger of failure at this point, which makes me as a reader less invested. That being said, if the House Cup is introduced in the next book, I just know I'm going to be uninterested because Harry's team won already and I just don't need to see it again. Or maybe this all sounds silly to you and you know the stakes in the next book get way bigger than the silly old House Cup. I imagine they do. Well, that was my reaction to the first book in the Harry Potter series, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. Hopefully, as the book series continues, I can give you a bit more predictions. This book doesn't really end in the cliffhanger, so I don't really have much more than your general predictions, and I think I'm going to save those for a later video. So up next is Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Watch out, I'll be doing a video on that as well. So if you like this video and you want to see more, you can always just subscribe to our page. And if you're like me and you have not read the Harry Potter series as well, and you have your own general predictions, why don't you just comment below, let me know. We can kind of just go through this together. Until then, I'll see you next time.